When I was 8, I ran away from school. I did it consistently and constantly without regret or shame. And though it was only for a few weeks, a month at most, it affected me greatly. According to my mom, it shifted my personality. I was, you see, convinced aliens were going to invade. But why would aliens want to invade an elementary school? Why would they target me and my classmates specifically? These rhetorical questions you might think unanswerable had indeed only one clear answer. Drugs. See, I've been taking drugs for a long time. Allergy drugs, asthma drugs, all the fun drugs everyone is jealous of, though they're perfectly legal. All you need is a doctor's prescription and a debilitating medical condition. It was the night terrors that first clued my mom that something was wrong. Night terrors are like nightmares, but much worse. At least that's what I've been told. The fun thing about night terrors is that most of the time, the person experiencing them has no memory of the bad dream. If it even is a bad dream, who's to know if there's no memory of it? So there my mom was, faced with an 8-year-old screaming in the middle of the night, eyes staring blankly open, unresponsive to any kind of comfort. It scared my parents, made them feel like an alien had taken the place of their son. It didn't affect me at all. I couldn't be traumatized by something I didn't remember, right? Around this time, I saw the old 1953 sci-fi horror movie, Invaders from Mars. This is a black and white film that begins with a young boy waking up from a dream when something crashes down from the sky into the forest behind his house. When his parents go to investigate, they come back changed. Everyone in the town changes, and he notices weird punctures on the backs of the necks of those who've changed. He runs away, finds help with the police. The army eventually comes in to destroy the alien ship that landed behind the house. All's good, problem solved. And then the boy wakes up. It was all a dream, a horrible dream. But then that night, something crashes down from the sky into the forest behind his house. Maybe that all explains why I became a paranoid 8-year-old, convinced aliens were going to invade my school and kidnap me or change me. My family lived on an army base in Germany, and our home was only a short walk from the base school. I would go into the coat closet and sneak out into the hallway when the teacher was distracted, or ask to go to the bathroom and then just walk home. I didn't think my parents could save me. I didn't think that far ahead. I just wanted to be away. After running away a few times, despite my mom telling me I shouldn't, and that there was nothing to worry about, I was sent to the school psychologist. One of the school psychologist's tactics was to get me to draw my fears. I suppose just repeating that aliens were going to invade wasn't enough. Why are you afraid? Aliens are going to invade. Why are you afraid of aliens? Because they're aliens? I remember drawing something that might have been a displacer beast. For those not in the know, a displacer beast is a monster from Dungeons and Dragons that is basically a panther with a bunch of tentacles coming off of it. It's called a displacer beast because it's never where it seems to be, always a few feet to the right or left, maybe behind you. If you want to survive, you can't trust your eyes. You can't believe what you're seeing. In addition to invaders from Mars in the category of things a kid with an overactive imagination should not watch, you could certainly place the miniseries V, which this kid with an overactive imagination definitely watched. Humans from space who come in friendship, who actually want to steal our water and our lizards, and are shown multiple times tearing their human flesh masks from their faces and eating hamsters whole. Is it just that the new asthma drugs primed me for paranoia, or was I always destined for this? Believing that something was coming to get me, and whatever it was, I wouldn't really be able to tell it was threatening until it was too late, because it would look like me or even be me. There's a clear break between the me that existed before the drugs warped my mind and the me that I've been ever since. What that break is, I don't know. And I've never known. It's my mom who laid it out for me. How before the drugs I was happy, smiled all the time, friendly to everyone, and after the drugs I was afraid of everything and withdrawn. In my memory, I've always been a withdrawn kid, wearing a hoodie in class in elementary school so I could hide while sitting in the middle of the classroom. I was more likely to read a book than talk to someone. Making friends was an accident. I did it, but it wasn't on purpose. This all changed when I went to college. Why, I don't know. Maybe because everyone was a stranger, it was easier to be a stranger too. We didn't know each other, and we also weren't held to any expectations for who we would be. Here's the truth underlying this entire story. I don't know who I am. And as a result, I've always believed that other people have a better idea of who I am than I do, because they actually see me and how I act. Other people know me better than I know myself, because all we really are our actions, and we can't really see those or the effects they have. Who am I? You know as well as I do. I'm standing here before you telling a life story that you have to assume is mine, just as you have to assume this is my face, my voice. My reflection looks different every day I look in the mirror. My voice is higher on a recording, mellower when I'm stuffed up with a cold. My memory is highly selective and extremely biased. Every time I talk to an old friend, I discover things I've apparently done that I don't remember doing. You there, looking at me. You've heard everything I've said, all the pertinent information. Can you answer this? Who was I? Who am I? Who will I be tomorrow? If you can't tell me, I don't know how I can possibly know. And that's what scares me the most. When I was 8 years old, I believed aliens were going to invade my school. The aliens never arrived. Instead, I became the alien.
All right. Oh, man. I didn't pay attention. How do I do this? Bottom, top,
Time twist.
top, twist.
Yeah.
Who's that tall, really? Like, that's why I don't pay attention.
Doch, da bin ich.
All right. Speaking of science fiction, have any of y'all seen the new Planet of the Apes movie?
Oh.
It's pretty good. I don't know where they find apes that could talk, but I hope they get more work. All right. The final story of the night. It is my professional responsibility to tell you. Written by Mona Malone, prolific Mona Malone, I'll say that, and read by Kirsten Dorier.